long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given to her as a covering. 1 Corinthians 11:15. So, I have such long hair and it grows so fast all the time that I'm constantly having to cut it. As y'all see, it's constantly growing. And it says it is a glory to her, not to her shame. And let me read this to y'all, this little article I found. It says a study 3 years ago of almost 6,000 women of African descent by Boston University Stone Etymology Center found that almost 48% of respondents had suffered hair loss on the crown or on the top of the head, mostly caused by traction alopecia. That's not what it's caused by, but let me keep going. Given the topic tends to be shrouded in silence, the true figure may be higher. All of them. It says, if we all had to take off our wigs at work, 8 out of 10 women would have hair issues. It's just something we don't and won't talk about. We are very ashamed of it, says Bandal, this black woman. So she says, we are very ashamed of it. So see, God's people don't walk around feeling shameful. God's people are walking around filled with glory and long hair. See? But if a woman has long hair, it's a glory to her. But yet this black woman says, all the black women feel, shameful because they're bald. And I, as a woman, can understand because that's part of your beauty. It's part of, just natural women, having long hair is feminine. But without hair, you're just bald, nappy-headed, crusty head, walking around with your shame. Your shame will follow you everywhere you go, no matter how much money you try to buy, to buy wigs. But before I go further, let me read to you this verse that God himself did that to you. God Almighty, my husband, did that to you. Let me read to you what the Lord God says. Because remember, there's a lot of these, you will know a man by his fruits. There's all these black women claiming to be the bride of Christ, and many church people out there claiming Jesus was black. But to their shame follows them everywhere. You'll know a man by his fruits. Look at Africa, and now all the African women are bald-headed, and this is what God says about that.
All right, Shalom. This is Harawan Banyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Harakakwadash, Mama. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nagwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, this is a quick response to this demon, Tila Tequila. Now, I saw this post on, what was that, Star in the Morning? He put it up there. He said, hey, is this true? Is the so-called black woman bald because of curses in the Bible? And he was like, yeah, Tila Tequila came out and said it. I don't think that's her name. I think she got another name. Because actually that was a racist statement that she was making. It had nothing to do with the hair. It was a jab at our people. Because she's I think she's either from Moab, or she's a so-called Negro, basically talking shit about herself. All right, because a lot of those, she's from Vietnam. All right, she's a Vietnamese woman, and a lot of the Vietnamese are so-called Negroes. Some of them, and but also a lot of the Vietnamese go back to Moab. All right, the Moabites. So she was making that statement about dark-skinned women saying their hair is bald, which is true because they got a different texture of hair. The Afro textured hair, like woolly. If you treat it a certain way, you can damage the cells, the roots, all kind of stuff. And that's what, ever since the 7th century, our women were haughty. All right, in the 7th century, around 742 BC to be exact, during the time of Isaiah. All right, and it was a curse the scripture said during the time of Deuteronomy. That these curses were going to be upon our people forever. Anytime we trespass, the Lord will put them same curses on us. All right. So when we came out of Egypt, The Lord gave us the laws. We didn't listen. He put us into bondage. He brought us out of bondage with Cyrus the Great. You know, it was kind of out of bondage. He put us back in bondage. Took us out of bondage. You know what I mean? So in the major judgment, 70 AD, the Lord put them curses right back on us, man. We went into bondage in ships again. All right. So, and the curses were put back on our people. All right. But now it says this, Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right, so that's all the nation of Israel. So if she's an Israelite, all Israel cursed. Just because the northern tribes, a lot of the northern tribe women have hair, that doesn't make them not cursed. See, I put this fool, this demon, Tila Tequila, she was saying, um, righteous women have long hair, or God's children have long hair, and only demons have short hair. Shit don't make no sense. And saying the men, she was calling us Africans and shit, and saying that we get destroyed in the street because we're not God's people because of our dark skin. It's like, what the hell? Nobody heard. Nobody. She's not important, but the ones that were listening to her, they didn't catch that she's basically being a racist. All right, you can love your own race, but she's just showing that she hates another race because of their skin color. All right, she calls herself a prophet. The word prophet is made for a man, not a woman. So it's a lot to it, man. Yeah, this chick is basically a demon. That's all she is, man. She's a demon, straight up demon. All right, but these curses are true. The curses fell on our women, especially the top tribe, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Right, they the main ones with the Afrocentric or Afro style textured hair, like wool. Reuben as well. A lot of the Reubenites. Some of the Reubenites as well. All right. And then what happens? They go bald. All right. Now, mainly the women in our society, they get what? Alopecia. She said it's not because of that, but who cares what she thinks? It's the Most High cursing them. All right. It is the Most High cursing them. But how? He said because of their haughtiness. All right. That haughtiness is going to lead them down that direction. Just like Esau, their pride and their greed is going to lead them into what? Their destruction. But it's all the will of Yahweh. You see that? But these women, their mindset, like you have what was that movie Chris Rock came out with called Hair, I think it was. And he had those Elamite, those dot head Indian women over there, cutting their hair off, getting rid of it like it's vanity. That's all it is, it's dead cells. Getting rid of it, right? um and next thing you know, and they pray over it and they curse it. They probably put they try to say, hey man, they put all their bad energy into it, whatever. Their little wicked rituals to their idols. And then they send it over here to America. They beat all the bugs out of it, shit, maggots. It's nasty, man. And then these women pay $500, $400 for it. Get it laced into their damn skull, glued into their scalp. All the damn different hair products and shit damaging their damn pores and their hair follicles. And they should never grow back. It get worse. They get scabs on their head. Right. See, this idiot Tila Tequila, she'll have you thinking that the so-called black woman just wake up in the morning and then her hair just wouldn't grow. Look at the 60s, look at the 70s. All of them had afros. All right. But the afro was real huge. And they could just easily wet that and braid it down and it'd be long hair. All right. So, um, but because the scriptures say the hair is a glory to a woman. All right. And the Lord said He cursed them. That's just it. He took away their glory. Just like He took away our glory. You know. But the glory for the other nations, yes, for the northern tribe of Israel would be Judah, Benjamin, Levi. You know, and they, you know, of course, the hair and all that stuff. But I'm talking about as far as a nation. All right. So that's why the Lord said they cropped off the top of the young twigs. People like Daniel and all them. So it was an attack, a curse, not only on the northern tribe in 722 BC, but it was a curse that was specifically put on the southern tribe. All right, around 742, 10 years earlier, 20 years earlier. All right. So let me get the scripture real quick. All right, this is why you have two types of women. You have one woman that's following the world, all right, in a haughtiness. Then you have another woman that's following the men of the Lord, all right, and they're gonna be made perfect in the kingdom. They get their hair back. Even a lot of them, they damage their hair so much they never get it back, but they can start eating right, stop eating pork and all these damn abominable foods, putting all these abominations in their hair, chemicals and shit. You know, they stop putting on makeup and lipstick and all this madness, damaging their skin. They look like zombies when they take it off. All kind of skin discolorations and shit. All right, but they start eating right, putting berries in their hair, different oils, herbs. Their hair will eventually grow back. See, it's a mindset. The Lord is saying because of their mindset, their haughtiness, the Lord gonna curse them. All right, the things they chasing, all the chemicals they trying to put in their damn hair, it's gonna have them get scabs and shit. Could he just have them all wake up with a scab on their head? Yeah, he could, but that's not what he did. He had them go along a path to show, man. You know, the shit is unbelievable. This is Isaiah 3 and 16. Uh, the prophet Isaiah. It says, "Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, all right, they're haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks." Let me get this real quick. All right, this is the word haughty. It says gabah. All right, to soar, to be lofty, to be haughty, to be exalted, and that's what the nations were doing. The nations would see our women, and they would exalt our women to a higher stature, and they would put us in shame, the men, just like Esau was doing. It says to be lofty, to be haughty, to be arrogant, all right, in a bad sense. So they arrogance, man. All right, this is the word arrogant. Now check this out. So our people were so wicked um, at that time, they were still stuck in that mindset, being high-minded. All right, just like today. Check this out, man. Exaggerate the word arrogant. This is what it means. Exaggerating or disposed to exaggerate one's own worth or importance, often by an overbearing manner. What's the first thing Jake do when they get some money? Even back during the time of slavery, Esau wrote this in their books. I read it myself. The first thing a so-called black man would do once they get a job or some type of financial stability, the first thing they would do, a so-called black man at that time, was go buy a watch, shoes, and a suit jacket, because that was the fashion at the time. They saw Esau wearing it, and they thought that was power. Just like the women, they were looking at the women's hair, looking at them Assyrian women's hair, right? Looking at uh, those Syrian and Assyrian women in their rulership. And even today, they, uh, they go to the churches. They go first thing they do, they get money, they get some damn rims on their car, or they go buy a car, something that loses value as soon as it leaves off the lot. Or a woman, she'll buy hair, or a butt, or her lips, or even long fingernails, and call that our culture, like the sprinter track runner is trying to do. She's like, this is our culture. It's ghetto as shit though. I don't want my daughters wearing that mess. See that they all do that to make themselves seem rich. But the scriptures say through our wisdom we're rich. All right. Matter of fact, it says what? Because that's what they mean by the women are haughty. Because what? They're exaggerating their own worth or importance. Wow. So they're worthless, man, right now. If they're not cooking, cleaning, um, being positive towards their husband, being with one husband, not being jealous, praising the Lord, Yahweh, His Son Yahweh Shai, teaching it to the children, abiding at home, being a peace to her husband, while the scriptures are comfort, or adding to that comfort by the scriptures dwelling spirit being on her, and she comforts you as well. If she's not doing all that, she's worthless. All right. Oh, in this society, they got men bowing down to the women. They got men simping for the women, man. This whole system is set up against the man. So it gives the woman position to be haughty. Right? Thanks to Esau. And now the women are haughty, uh, exaggerating their own worth or importance, often by an overbearing manner. So that it's overbearing. They don't need all that. Rich people today, you'll see them with one little tiny necklace on, or not at all. Those are real rich people. Look at Bill Gates and Melinda and all them. But then next thing you know, you see Floyd Mayweather at a fight. What he got on 5, 10 different chains and shit. Keep looking down at him. Still insecure. Still insecure. Got billions and billions of dollars. Still got to try to prove that he's rich because it's embedded in us, man. Our people are under them curses. All right, got to exaggerate their worth. All these women get out there and now look at the BET Awards. They butt ass naked. I was looking at Sierra earlier with her husband, and he was taking her out or something like that. It was like a picture that came past my feed, and it was like date night or some shit. And it was like a second husband or fourth, fifth, whatever. She was with Power, all of them. So next thing you know, they walking out the door, and she got her ass out, like literally, like no drawers on. It looked like a dress that just shows the right side of the back angle of her butt cheek, and her thighs, and her hips, and her stomach. Like, yo, you really about to go around other people like that? Shit's madness, man. Or shit. They gotta over exaggerate it to make themselves feel rich. In the ghetto where they wear the bonnets. Other than that, they're wearing a hair on the top of their head so they can feel so clear, man. All right, that's the arrogance. That's where the haughtiness comes from. All right, the lack thereof of insecurity. All right, so it says this, Isaiah 3:16. Moreover, because Yahweh said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, see, arrogant, and walk with stretched forth necks. See, right now they walking and popping their neck as they walk. I ain't gotta hear nothing. Or nobody's better than me. I'm the ball. Who you talking to? Popping the neck back and forth, the finger in the air, and treating the so-called black man like children, or the northern tribes like children. Well, we supposed to treat them like daughters, all right? It says, and wine-tine eyes. So they got wine-tine eyes, all right? And it says, to blink coquettishly, to be wine-time, blinking, blinking in goddamn eyes and shit. Wow, man, that shit is crazy. Popping their eyes and blinking. That's dumb. That's dumb. Walking and mincing as they go. Let's see what mincing is. All right. It says mincing, to trip, um, to take quick little steps. Ain't that dumb? What you see them walking up the street in their damn slides and flip flops? I ain't walking real fast. That's dumb. Walking fast as shit up the street, switching, acting like I mean I don't mind the switching, but just switching and acting like they're about to fight somebody or something. Or if you say something, what you want, nigga, or looking at you crazy. I had a woman give me a death stare the other day. A little short, little pretty little thing, man. She was my cashier. She gave me a death stare, so I gave it to her back. You know, I feel like I broke her spirit a little bit. She kind of melted, but I did feel it though. I was like, damn, why she gotta shoot me a unit like that? Like, oh, she's under the curses, man. See, that's why we gotta understand. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I don't mean we gotta be with her. All right. Um, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. So these are the curses that are upon the women of our nation that fall into this mindset. And me personally, I don't believe Tila Tequila is an Israelite. I believe she's a heathen and she's going into slavery under this. I believe she's going into slavery under the same women that she's insulting. Either that or she is one of those women that she's insulting. So-called black woman. It says they make a tinkling as they go. They got what jewelry all over their feet and their ankles. It says with fetters, but used only as a denominative uh, to put on anklets. All right. That way, see these women that they all over the rap videos, uh, jewels all over their ankles, tattoos all over their legs. All right. Um, says making a tingling with their feet. All right. One time it means deceiving with their eyes, man, not just blinking, but it means they're deceiving with their eyes. That's why somebody put a picture up and was like, you see a woman cry and don't believe it, like Delilah, man. All right, the Lord tried to warn us. So deceiving with their eyes, like an innocent, they look right at you in your eyes and lie to you. The Lord trying to warn us, man. These things we gotta watch out for. Other than that, you fall into them same curses as well. All right. Therefore, Yahweh will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. The crown represents their glory at the top of their head. The kingdom is our glory. But he's just saying in the order sense, our glory is Yahushua. He took Yahushua away from us, which means to take the light away, and we were left in darkness. All right. And us being in darkness leaves the women in darkness in the ways they carry themselves and all these different things. All right. And their judgments and how they're dealing with themselves and their household. And one of those um, judgments is to go get weave in their hair. This industry that Esau has built off the curses of our people. Pork industry, lobster, abominable sea life industry like the lobster, crab, shrimp, octopus now. Shit, growing up, only ones I seen eating octopus was the damn Vietnamese or the Chinese and shit. I never saw our people, man, eating that shit. But now they eating it. Why? Because they put it in the grocery stores. Just set it right there. Eventually they're gonna eat it. All right. So and they make money off the haughtiness of our people, the arrogance. Oh yeah, don't put them in a poverty position. Let them become workers or slaves. Find a way to make money off of their work through taxes, sweat equity, right? And as they work, Esau get paid a fraction of that, and that pays off their family forever. Their generational wealth, you know, they've built generational wealth off the curses of our people. Built industries up, and what is that called? Racism. It's a system that keeps down another race. That's called racism. All right. Now, what else, man? The haughtiness of our people. So they start selling them the cars, selling them the rims. You want some rims, buddy? Hey, you want some jewelry? Jacob the jeweler. I'm the Jacob the jeweler, right? The jeweler. Hey, Meek Mills. Hey, Bobby Smurder. Hey, all you damn rappers. Why don't y'all come buy the same fucking jewelry from me? Hey, one matter of fact, why don't you take some gold and put some damn diamonds on it, which is guaranteed to devalue it, which makes you have to come back to me and get something of value. See, they messed up the mind. Our people's mind are messed up, man. They think they need these things instead of investing in them anyway. Verse 17. Therefore, Yahweh will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. That's why they walking around butt ass naked. All right. And I've been with a lot of women. I mean, from Asian to persuasion to Caucasian to Himalayan, whatever you name. I done been with a lot of women, man. I was doing music in the past, and I was pretty good at it. So I met a lot of women, and the main one that had the smell was the so-called black woman. I'm not getting on her, but it's true. It's part of the curses. Now you got some women that know how to take care of themselves. Back in the ancient days, in the scriptures, a woman would soak herself in oils or uh, scented flowers and shit for months before she would go see her man. That's how they gonna be in the kingdom. A woman ain't gonna be able to deal with you. She gonna be getting prepared for you just for that one night of sex with her. Just like in that movie, Good Night, Goodbye, Uncle Tom. I couldn't watch it, but the beginning of it, they had the whole crew like a factory working. Everybody, hurry up, get to work. Put this over there. Do this, get over there, hurry up. Just slapping them, hitting them and shit. And it was sweating. It was dark in there, but they were just making one plate. It was one plate. They were doing all of that. I mean, like 10, 20 people. And they were doing all this work just to make one plate for the fucking slave owner Esau. That's how it's going to be in the kingdom. For us, they're going to go through all of that just to make one little plate for us. All right. But the Lord said, what? He discovered their secret parts, all their lies and all this, you know. And he said, what? To make them naked, to be ashamed, basically. All right. At the end of the day, the Lord said, shame gonna cover those wicked women. All right. He said, uh, uh, a woman whose heart is snares and nets, using that wickedness to trap men. And not these heathens. They use it to trap the Negroes, Latinos, Native American men. So the Lord smote them with a scab. Check this out. That scab it says to scrape out. All right. but in certain peculiar senses or of removal or association. That's them weaves, man. They take it out. They had that alopecia, skin cancer and shit. To cause a scab upon, to be to be joined together, hold oneself together. That's that lace fronts and shit. All right. To attach oneself. So they attach that hair to their head. And that's all hair is a scab. It's just dead skin. Just like a scab. All right. So the Lord gave the men of the Lord eyes to see it and a mind to understand and stay away from those type of women, the wicked women. And he gave the wicked women over to their own vain lust and desires and their haughtiness. He gave them over to it. All right. But a righteous, believing woman, well, not a righteous, but a good woman, she's going to follow her man, follow a man of the Lord. All right. Verse 18, it says, in that day, Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments. All right. So he's going to take away that pride and their bravery. Let me see. The bravery. It says the splendor, the beauty, the glory of their tinkling ornaments, their honor. All right. So the Lord going to take all of that away. He already took it away. And even now, say if they got all that jewelry and they walking around, or if they in the hood and they get a bunch of jewelry, becoming strippers and stuff like that, the Lord gonna take even that away from them, man. They're not gonna be able to walk around here like that when all hell breaking loose. They don't get caught out there. I want to teach my daughters, hey man, always put sneakers on if you're outside. Always take something to cover your hair with. Always be prepared. Cover your bum and your butt with something because dudes is perverts. You know, the woman walk by, they're gonna look at her ass. Me, I'm careful with that now because she might have a man. You know, you look at any woman walking by, it's like she fine. But at the end of the day, if you're like too obsessed over it, you're looking at every woman that walk by, that person is lusting, man. And you couldn't trust that type of dude around your children, daughters. You couldn't trust that type of guy around your woman because they training themselves to always look at some ass. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying you gotta be careful because you could be looking at a woman that has a man, all right, and that's lusting in the mind. Uh, it says so the Lord's gonna take away all of that glory because they don't get that stuff and jewelry and shit for generational wealth or for wealth reasons, but to keep their money from being stolen in the banks. So they invested it and stored in other assets like diamonds and gold. They're not thinking that way. A lot of people. Instead, they're using it for a show of wealth. The first thing I get signed, I'm gonna sign with this record label. First thing I'm getting, take me to the jeweler. Yeah, see, I got that piece right there. That's like a crown. That's like a badge of wealth for Jake. You see that? They like, yeah, that person rich. I don't make that person rich. That make them stupid. All right, a rich person gonna have businesses, assets, family wealth, love, truth. You know, man's the truth first. Uh, so you take away the bravery of the tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls. All right, so you can take that away too. So why? Because it's gonna be poverty out here. All hell about to break loose. The dollar gonna crash, and they ain't gonna have no choice but to give it all up. And when people hungry and starving, they ain't gonna be walking around the street like that. mincing and tinkling up the goddamn street. When you got these people out here hungry and starving. Look what they do on Black Friday. That's the mindset Jake is gonna be in out here. Ready to kill each other, invading one another. It says a netting for the hair. To, meaning to interweave. Alright. For women's head, front band. Netting for the hair. What's that? The lace front. Man, the Lord gonna take their lace fronts away. Alright, all they damn what do you call that shit? Bonnets. Alright. Everything to cover their hair with, the Lord gonna take all that away. In the kingdom, they're not gonna want it. They're gonna have to, their hair gonna be so beautiful and flourishing. But they still gonna cover their heads when they out in public. And their round tires like the moon. You think it's talking about big wheels, but it's really talking about this right here. It says a round pendant for the neck. All right, moon, crescent moon. That's what you see on these women, the Egyptologists. They be wearing the Ankh symbol and shit. They be wearing the damn crescent moon all the damn time. See, they still in that same mindset during the time of Assyria in 742 BC, when Isaiah put these curses on them in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. As long as they stay in that mindset, um, that they were gonna always be under those curses. All right, torment. It says what for the neck, so it's a pendant. So the Lord gonna take all of that away from them. All right, that's what a dollar crash or an economy collapse will do. This place about to be brought real low, man. So the suffering can be put on time of Jacob's trouble. All right, and these heathens. It says, so the Lord gonna take away the chains. All right, the chains. What type of chains though? The pendants for the ears. You know, they used to have. You see a lot of women wearing the like Will Smith's daughter. She want to be a fucking punk rocker. Got two fangs sticking out her nose, and got the damn chain going from her ear to her nose. They used to do that, and especially in ancient times. But he said the Lord said he gonna take that away too. That you're gonna be bare, just sitting there, you know, stinking and thinking. But the righteous, the good women, the Lord gonna take care of them. All right, and that's why they gotta stay in the truth, stay humble, stay in that peaceful mindset and quiet, listening, having more ears than a mouth instead of a mouth, ears and eyes. Not one time, you know, not haughty. See, that's a woman that has the spirit of Yahweh Shai within her, and that's the spirit of what? Meekness. All right, the spirit of the inner man that's within her, which would be the spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right. Um, the chains and the bracelets. So the Lord gonna take away their bracelets as well. A wristband. All right, as compact or clasping. So I'm basically a bunch of jewelry. Um, and they're round tires like the moon. All right, the chains, the bracelets, and the mufflers. The mufflers. You think it's talking about cars, which he's gonna take that away as well. There's not gonna be any gas to put in the cars. It says a long veil. So they used to have long veils on, covering their face and all that. But basically saying what as fluttering, meaning probable, or a veil, treating them like they what they call them queens. They're really daughters of princesses, all right. But you call them queens. The word queen in England, I think it means whore. all right, or a harlot. So if they're in that mindset, they call themselves black, just void or dark, or darkness. They're in that mindset of being a queen. I'm a queen. I'm a black queen. And Jake little cursed ass, he's my black queen right here. It ain't about that. Cause our people are all colors. It's not about color. All right. So Tila Tequila, that ain't even no real name. She's going off by even picking up the Bible in the first place and trying to teach everybody, calling herself a prophet, you know. And the scriptures say, dog shall not raise its tongue against the children of Israel. And she's a dog if she's a heathen. And if she's of our people, then she's going off even more. All right. So the Lord said he's gonna take away the chains or sweet balls. They have sweet balls around their neck. Spangled ornaments. That's what it meant. The bonnets. Whoa. We're gonna take away the bonnets. It says an embellishment, a fancy headdress, ornament, a turban. All right. So these same women, they wore bonnets back then, and they were in the same spirit during the time of Assyria, disrespecting our people. All right. Or disrespecting themselves. So you're gonna take them bonnets away and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings. All right, the tablets would be like, let me see, a breathing creature, animal, vitality. You know, the damn smartphones. That's what they call AI, all right, artificial intelligence. They call it living. But then you have, you always see, you always see Jake, especially the spicy or zesty men nowadays, metrosexual, whatever you want to call it. Then you have the women walking around with these little poodles, these little ass dogs and shit. I remember that movement was going on, especially up north. All the women they'd get a poodle or a little tiny dog as a symbol of success. It's all a mirage, man. They created this status quo, you know, through the media and entertainment. It says the Lord's gonna take away the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel. Wow, man. They're gonna be stuck with just one. And what happens when a woman gets on a menstrual? It's better for her to change the clothes if she don't have no pads, Tampax or anything. You gotta deal with that as well. All right. So they're gonna need the Lord, man. Especially when the stores shut down. Can't nobody go in these stores. Or they say, all right, well, I'm gonna go get that thing then, so I can go into the stores and go back to normal. But the Lord gonna shut that down as well when the economy crash. World War III kick off. It says the glasses and the fine linen. Oh, and the mantles. The mantles. All right, a cloak. Okay, a over tunic. You're gonna take away the wimples, which is like crisping pins, which would mean like it says a wide cloak. Okay, a wide cloak for women, and the crisping pins. All right, that's like the purses, the bags and shit like that. Bag lady. All right, cut out a pocket, a purse, a bag, a pocket. So the Lord gonna take away everything. Dolce Gabbana, Fendi bags. He gonna take all that away. The changeable suits of apparel. Where was that? Crisping pins, the glasses. Oh, you see them with that on nowadays, right? The glasses, you know, and the fine linen, and the hoods and veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stank. Mm-mm-mm. So this is what's a lot of Jakes. This is what they a lot of men. This is what they're living with right now in their house, looking at her, and she treating them like shit, and she got all these curses on her, and the dude still be with her. When the Lord said, "May it please the Most High to for that man to escape her, because her mind is still under them curses, and her mind has become snares and nets to trap who's ever willing to be trapped." All right. It says, "And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stank." That's why they have an issue down there as far as the smell. All right. Some of them they don't smell, but a lot of 95% do, and they don't know how to clean it. All right. Um, and instead of a girdle, a rent. All right. So that's that gut. You see them. You remember back in the we used to see the movies, or really I was in the 80s, but I still caught some of the 70s and 60s movies. You see Esau women, they all had pooches, that big little gut up under the waistline. You know what I mean? Now our women got it. You see them, they got guts like men, and they expect you to still treat them like what they call a queen, which I would rather say princess. This shit is madness, man. And that's again, this is not to all Judah, Benjamin, Levi women. This is to the wicked ones that are still under that mindset, and the curses are in place regardless. But just still in that mindset. That's why the Lord said we got to bring our minds out of this place. All right. So in a girdle, instead of a girdle, a rent. That's that gut. And instead of well set hair, baldness. All right. So through that baldness, it's gonna make them want to go get what? More weave. They put chemicals in their hair. Chemicals damage their hair. All right. What do they call it? Relaxer. You see them in the slave movies or in the down south movies. The woman grabbing the girl trying to straighten her hair, her hair nappy like in color purple. After a while, they start putting chemicals in it, and that chemicals would damage their hair. It wouldn't do that to Esau, but it would do it to Jake hair. And then now they went from that to the weaves. And then they went from weaves to attaching it to their hair, like sewing it in, giving them fucking brain cancer and shit. All right. It says instead of well set hair, baldness. And that's what the girl Tila Tequila was trying to throw up in their face. When Tila Tequila, that's not even her real name. All right. And the Lord's gonna curse her, he's cursed her as well. You know? For her to not even be her original um, color is a curse. So you can go on and on, man. But she's most likely a Moabite, or she could be a Jake, but I believe she's a Moabite. All right. It says, and instead of a girdle, a rent, that's a gut, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty, true beauty, man. All right, let's see what this is. Burning. It says a scar. Wow, man. So they're gonna have scars upon their head instead of beauty. All right. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in war. Now that's why Jake out here killing each other, and dying by the hands of Esau, gun violence. But then you have what you call the beauty. All right. The Lord is what? He took their beauty away. But this would make our people the Israelites. These curses are upon our people. But this idiot, this bimbo Tila Tequila naming herself after the damn drink. Spanish drink on top of that. Mexican. It shows you who she want to be like Issachar. Maybe she is an Issacharite. You never know. But I believe she's a Moabite. Um, but it says thy men shall fall by the sword, and that would make us the Lord's children, the lost sheep of Israel. But this woman would say that would make, just like they say in the Mormon church, they say, "Hey man, y'all are ham because y'all cursed." And she's kind of going on with that mindset, saying because we dark skinned, we're cursed, or because the women don't have hair, we can't be the children of the Lord. That shit don't make no sense, man. So she's a demon. That's just it. All right, we'll keep going. It says, "And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground." And that's what is going to happen to these wicked women. That's why you got to have faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Your woman ain't treating you right, and she's under this mindset. Leave her the hell alone. Feed her with a long hand spoon. Play Batman. Deal with her and disappear, man. I can assure you, she probably gonna have another man around. Or as soon as she get rid of you, get you out the way, she gonna get another man instantly. I call them serial relationship killers. Get with you and give you all hell just to try to end the relationship so they can get a new experience. While the man leaves the relationship drained and confused and under curses again. All right. The Lord said that, man, her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. And that's to these wicked women. All right. But the women that's following after a righteous man or the men of the Lord, when that man is exalted, that woman's going to be exalted. All right. A woman had sex with a lot of men. Well, and coming into this truth, they get forgiveness for that. All right. They repent and they follow after the man of the Lord wipes their slate clean. All right. And then in the kingdom they're gonna get new bodies. They'll be virgins again. It's crazy, right? Therefore, Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city. See, our wives, the women of Israel, became harlots in America. Spiritual adulterers and physical adulterers, and having sex with multiple men and all types of idols. And thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword. See, this is a curse on our people because of their mindset. Drug dealing, living by the sword, Esau's blessing, calling themselves demons. It's killing each other, robbing, stealing, and killing. Same spirit as Esau. Thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. And Israel shall surely go into captivity forth his land. And our people went into captivity, not only in Assyria, but also in Babylon and some other countries as well, other kingdoms. But the last one is under Esau. So he said, "What? Arise and depart. This place is polluted, and it shall destroy us with a sword destruction." See, the pollutions of this place, our people have become wild grapes. Wild grapes grow anywhere on anything. All right, they're not homegrown grapes from Jerusalem, from the Spirit. They're grown from this society. What's it called? Millennials. This is just go through this real quick, dealing with the order and how it's supposed to be. You know, with us not being cursed, and that's what we're coming to. It's 1 Corinthians 11:3, because this is the order. A man could have multiple wives, and the women are supposed to be with men. But you have some crippled women out there. You have some women that are just ugly as hell, and a lot of you men that say a woman gotta be with a man, well, you gotta take her too. She coming with her damn face looking like Ugg Mug or the Grinch. And you gonna have to take her too then, cause she wanna be delivered. All right, you got retarded girls, girls with diseases. So you gotta be real careful, you know. So sometimes it's good for the women just to learn from the men and not be with a man, especially in this society, because they would do nothing but um, be a hindrance to that man. But some women are legit, you know. Some women are legit, and plus, a lot of men like what they like. It is what it is. Verse 3 it says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai." All right. So Yahweh Shai, without Yahweh Shai, we don't have a head. We like a chicken running around with his head cut off. Smite the sheep, the shepherd, and the sheep shall scatter. And the head of the woman is the man. See that? And we were smitten, and we were scattered. So our women became scattered. All right. Our women was set up to respect authority, and we were the authority. But now the Lord removed us as the authority, and He gave the earth over to the who? The hand of the wicked, and they became the authority. So that's what people. That's what Jacob respect. They have no faith. Faith is what believing without seeing. They believe in everything they see. They think gain is godliness. Thanks to the churches. Thanks to the entertainment industry. Thanks to their mothers at home. I was talking to a sister the other day, just trying to teach her, man. I could have came at her if I wanted to, but it's a respect thing there. We're just talking and laughing, and it was good for the moment. Me, I try not to obsess over women. If I see a woman and I like her, hey man, I just enjoy the conversation. Take a deep breath, breathe in the moment, and take in that moment, and just go about my day just like she will. That's what they do. But I look over as I'm talking to her, and she's enjoying me, and I'm enjoying her. I look over this damn demon looking at me. Little short Jake, so-called black woman with like she's like 70 years old, 60 years old, and she used to be all excited to see me. Like, oh my goodness, look at your skin, look at you. Look at oh, that's right. But as I told her about the scriptures, now I was like, oh, it's him. I look over this demon looking at me, frown on her face. With mind you, she's bald headed with blonde hair. She got bald. She got a blonde fade, and she's 60 years old, 70 years old, wrinkled skin, makeup all over her face, tattoos all over her. But she got a very expensive car working at Walmart. Exact spitting description of what I'm reading about today. The curses. She's sitting there looking at me like I'm a fucking a bum or something, man. And I was fresh, you know. And the girl was enjoying me, but the girl looked at her and saw this old bat looking at me, and it made her uncomfortable talking to me. Like, oh, I'm not supposed to be talking to the black man. I forgot. I'm supposed to be disrespecting him. You know, it's like she was out of order by talking to me almost. Shit was crazy, man. Um, Now check this out. So the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh. That's the order from Yahweh to Yahweh Shai to the man on earth, from the man to his households, his woman, and the woman over the children. All right. I'm gonna end it with this Isaiah 4:1. Um, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. That word seven just means completion or innumerable number. All right. An indefinite number. So you're gonna have an indefinite number of women. All right. So this is indefinite. It says lasting for an unknown or unstated length of time. All right. Not clearly expressed or defined, vague, not determining the person's thing, time, or basically saying um unknown, man. That's an unknown number. All right. So in that day, an unknown number of women are going to flock to the men of the Lord, and a lot of men, a lot of the women, the man is not going to want to have sex with. So they're going to have what? Jobs. They're going to be working, doing things for the men, just to survive. All right. It says what? In that day. Right now, their mindset is like chasing after Big Brother, chasing after America, the American dream, which is a nightmare. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Ooh. Now that'd be something if they get that chip. And that'd be the reproach. You never know, man. But the reproach is how they really came against the Lord, blaspheming the Lord, talking shit to the Lord's men. And it could be the chip. It could be. You never know. All right. But I don't think they'll be delivered if they get the chip, me personally. Let thy name be called upon us. All right. So that you women, you want a man's name to be called upon you for you to be delivered. Even if they are delivered without a man, they'll be taken to the kingdom and given to a man in the chariots. In that day shall the branch of Yahweh be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. All right. So the branch represents the men or the elect, basically the men and the women. And we're gonna be beautified. We got our glory back. We're gonna get glorified by being with Yahushua. And the women are gonna get long afros and beautiful, I call them halos, but afros. And they will get their glory back. Have all the wisdom on how to take care of themselves as a woman. That's talking about all the tribes, man. Our women gonna be fine, man. Head to toe, spiritually fine as well. In and out, you know. Um, here you go. Verse 14. Verse 4. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion. All right, the daughter of Zion is Israel, but the daughters represent the women. All right. So they're filthy right now. The filth was that spiritual filth and physical. It says excrement. That's talking about shit. Waddling in their own mud, in the mud. All right. Like a pig would do. Waddling in the poop and the excrement. All right. Dirt, pollution. They waddling in the pollution of this place. All right. The dirt. So the Lord gonna wash all of that away from the men and the women. When the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment. So the Lord, that's how the Lord's going to do it. The ones that don't want to listen, He's going to use judgment to do it, and by the spirit of burning. All right. So what Tina Turner said, make me over, make me nice, but when I'm done, I want to be right. Okay. The Lord He gonna kindle them, consume them to be brutish. All right. Brutish judgment. Yahweh's wrath to consume. So when the Lord has burned their body completely up, head to toe, put their spirit into a new body, that's when He will make them over again. And they'll be made right, not under the curses. But you women that are following the men of the Lord, either by listening and watching and being quiet, or giving encouragement, or if you're with a man of the Lord or trying to get with a man of the Lord and help him out with his families and all the issues going on in the goddamn world and be a team, then hey man, And if you're serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, then you'll be saved and delivered for childbearing in the kingdom, with the first fruits. All right, and the Lord will just change you and give you a new body and the blessings and waterfalls in the kingdom and land and servants. And you'll be setting the standard for what beauty truly is.